most famous passages, if not the most famous passage in the entire Haggadah, is of course the Ma Nishtana. It's certainly the passage one first learns when one begins studying the Haggadah at a very young age. According to our tradition, it's the children, in many cases the youngest children, who begin to ask the Ma Nishtana on the Seder night. But it's important to understand that Ma Nishtana is not a nursery rhyme, it's not a child's song. In fact, the text of the Ma Nishtana, the basic text, appears in the Mishnah in Maseches Pesachim, and the Gemara makes it clear that if there are no children present, so the adults ask the Ma Nishtana to each other. A wife asks the husband. If a person happens to be alone for the Seder, one asks the Ma Nishtana to oneself. So it's obviously something of tremendous importance as we highlight the distinction, or some of the distinctions, between Pesach night and every other night of the year. And we highlight four different things: the fact that on Pesach night we eat matzah as opposed to bread, the fact that on Pesach night we eat more bitter vegetables, the fact that on Pesach night we dip certain things, make two acts of dipping, vegetable into liquid, the reference to the karpas and the salt water, and the mar and the charoses, and the fact that on Pesach night we recline when eating and drinking certain things, halayla zeh kulonu misubin. We point out these four distinctions. That's the idea of the Ma Nishtana. The question is, why is that something we do on Pesach night? If we stop and think for a moment, we might conclude that one can compose a Ma Nishtana for other Jewish holidays as well. One can compose a Ma Nishtana for Sukkot and ask why on all other nights of the year we eat indoors and this night we eat outdoors. Why on all other holidays we recite Hallel and Shul and we don't have anything in our hands that we're waving in different directions, whereas on Sukkot we have Lo and Esther that we wave while we recite Hallel. And one could ask on Rosh Hashanah, Ma Nishtana, why on Rosh Hashanah do we not say, as opposed to the regular day of the year when we just say the Shemona Esrei without interrupting in the middle for anything else? On Rosh Hashanah we say the Shemona Esrei together with Tekiah Shofar, and so on. We can ask by every holiday. Every holiday has its unique mitzvahs. Why on Pesach do we highlight Ma Nishtana? Evidently, the answer is that on Pesach, part of the mitzvah is to show the distinction, and our distinction as a people, and the distinction of this evening as being out of the ordinary. That's part of the mitzvah. True, the other holidays we do things that are out of the ordinary as well, but on Pesach, part of the mitzvah is to highlight that distinction. Why? Perhaps it's because it's on Pesach that we became a nation, and we have a concept. And when we say Havdalah, we say Hamavdil. God, Kodesh Baruch Hu divides and separates between different things. Hamavdil ben Kodesh l'chol, between the holy and the ordinary. Ben or l'choshech, between light and darkness. We also say Ben Yisrael Amin. Kodesh Baruch Hu divides and separates, distinguishes between the Jewish people as opposed to other nations. So Pesach, the holiday that we became a nation, we focus on the notion of distinction. It's interesting to add that the Rambam, in his presentation of the mitzvah of Sipur Yitzis Mitzrayim in Hilchos Chametz U'Matzah, notes that the mitzvah of Sipur Yitzis Mitzrayim requires us to remember and recall and make mention of the story, just like we make mention and recall Kiddush. It says Zochar Hashem Hazeh Shatzos Mitzrayim. It says Zochar Hashem Shabbos Lakacho. The Rambam draws a distinction. On Shabbos too, we highlight the distinction between this day and the other days of the week. On Pesach, we highlight the distinction between this night and the other nights of the year, perhaps because Pesach is a holiday where we became a nation, we became a distinctive nation, and that's something we want to call attention to as part of our Pesach Seder.